Next, we'll hear from head wrestling coach Eric Keller.
I'll give you a quick rundown, I guess, of kind of where we're at. We graduated 5 guys from last year's national championship team, and good guys. I think combined there were 10 All-Americans and 2 national champions among that group, championships among that group. So, as a coach, you're excited about the opportunity of having 5 new weights of unknown, and and you're excited about the 5 guys that are back. The 5 guys that are back are good. Cross Canone, he was national runner-up a year ago. Is ranked number 1 in the country right now. Logan Thompson was runner-up a year ago. He's ranked number 1 in the country. Eric DeVos will be back with a semester. National champion last year. And Kyle Fank, I know his national tournament last year was 5th in the country. He's currently ranked 2nd right now. And then Lance Evans was 4th in the nation, is currently ranked 2nd. So, some good leadership and some good guys that are back. And I'm excited about those guys. And they're not a single one of those guys is satisfied with how the national tournament went last year for them. So they're hungry, they're motivated. Even DeVos won the national championship last year. I know that he wants to separate himself, and he works every day to do that. But the weights, every weight's got to be earned. That's what it comes down to. Guys that are returning or new guys, it doesn't matter. It's got to be earned, and we're in that process right now. We've actually we've had 2 competitions. We wrestled Nebraska Wesleyan, and we're coming off of wrestling at the Luther Open, which is always a good tournament. We had 17 place winners and 3 champs. But even coming off this weekend, I think we learned a lot about where we're at and what we got to do. And that's the point of wrestling these early tournaments. And we're focused on getting better every day. We saw a lot of things that we got to get better at. We had a meeting at the end of the day and just talked about what it's going to take, and for every guy to understand that they got to up their level. And, we challenged them to look in the mirror and think about what they want to get and what it's going to take. And so I really like our group. I love these guys. I love the team that we have. They're motivated. They come in every day focused. And the good part about this group is they want to find out how good they can be. And that's kind of what our focus is. Just day by day, what can we do to get better every day, and not worrying about necessarily who we're competing against or what's coming up, just worrying about what we got to do to beat our best. And that's where our focus is at, and that's where we're at. I know we got a duel coming up on Wednesday. We wrestle at home. Our home schedule this year, we have a duel Wednesday, and then we're not home again until February. So, we're excited to compete at home. And then this weekend we'll split. We'll take some guys up to Augsburg, and we'll take a bunch of guys up to the Concordia Open, which is always a good tournament. So, I'm excited for this group. I'm excited to see what's possible for them. And I like I said, I love this group and where their minds are at and what they're trying to do.
You mentioned some of your returners. Who are some of the new faces we might see in the top 10?
That's a good question. I think there's too many unknowns right now to unless right now there's about everybody's got an opportunity, and that's exciting too. It's exciting as a coach to have a year where you get to see these guys develop from being unknown and the ground that they're going to make each and every day and the ground that they're going to make each week, and just seeing them progress. And that development from where we're at right now throughout the course of the season and seeing their potential start to come out. And that's for us, that's our goal. We want every guy to reach their full potential, every single guy in our room, and every guy is important. And that's what we're focused on, helping them every single day reach that full potential.
So Loras comes into the year ranked number 3 in the country. A handful of their guys are ranked in the top 10. How big of a challenge do you think they will be when it comes time for a conference to really get going? And do you think they could possibly challenge for that 26th potential title for Wartburg?
We take everybody serious, and we opened up our conference competition 2 weeks ago at Nebraska Wesleyan, and that was important. We took that competition important, and Simpson coming in Wednesday, that's going to be real important to us. And I guess for us, that's how we approach it. Every single time that we compete, it's the most important competition of the year, and we prepare that way. We don't overlook anybody. And the Iowa Conference in wrestling is the best conference in the country, no doubt about it. And so, for us to win 25 conference championships in a row is an important accomplishment. Obviously, it's important to us. Going for number 26 now is obviously important to us, but realistically for us, we're focused on the very next competition, and we don't overlook anyone, and everything's important.
Can you talk a little bit about your two top guys at the upper weights with Evans and Fank and what they've meant to the program? In particular, look at Evans, a 2-time All-American, obviously an intelligent kid going to med school and such. How much does it help to have some of that senior leadership there?
That's a great question. It's awesome. I love those guys. And Kyle Fank's been around our program for a long time with his brother Ryan being a 3-time All-American here, and so. We've known that guy and that family for a real long time, and so it's crazy that here he is now. He's a senior, because I remember when he was, even when he was young, he was probably still my height, but when he was younger, and so I'm excited for him. I know he wants to win a national championship, and he had a chance Saturday to wrestle a guy that won a national title the year before, and wrestled him really hard, wrestled him tough. And knows what he's got to do to make some changes. But, I'm excited for him. Lance, that guy, 2-time All-American, and wrestling's a demanding sport. And for him to be at the high level that he is academically, pre-med, top 3% in the country for his the MCAT test, it shows. It shows what kind of kid he is and the balance that he has to have, but it also shows, that you can do both. You can do both, and you can do both at the highest level. And, for us, that's what we talk about when guys visit. There's no reason why you can't be successful in everything you do here. And, he's doing that. And so, obviously last year, with him breaking his ankle in the semifinals of the national tournament, it wasn't the ending that he wanted. But he's got that thing fixed, and he's healthy, and he's preparing to be the best. And I know he wants to win a national championship, and he's working towards it every day. So those guys mean a lot to our program. They have meant a lot to our program. And I think their leadership and the way they train is going to help young guys as we move forward.
Roscoe was a national finalist and an All-American last year as a sophomore. Now as an upperclassman, what have you kind of seen from him in terms of growth and leadership?
Definitely a different gear. He's training at a different gear. He's in probably the biggest thing I think for him this year compared to last year, where he was at last year at this time, is his mindset. Every day when he comes in the room, he's training harder. He's training more specific. He's more focused. And not to say that he wasn't training hard last year, but I think he's at a different gear. He's a lot further ahead this year going in than he was a year ago, and he's training differently, and he's a lot more focused. And he doesn't say a whole lot, but the way he carries himself and the way he goes about it sets the tone and shows leadership. So leadership's important, and having DeVos out of our room until December, it's given some other guys an opportunity to step up and be leaders. Logan Thompson, the way that guy comes in and trains every single day, and his mindset, and again, he's a guy that doesn't say a whole lot, but the way he goes about things sets the tone. But we do miss DeVos. That guy's one of the best leaders we've ever had as a program, and we're excited for him to get back in December. His first competition will be the Desert Duels out in Vegas. But, we got a lot of other guys that are stepping up and filling that void. So it's good to see as a coach.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about your lighter weights and what we can expect there at 25, 33, and 41, and how competitive you think your options can be there in some of those where you might have some unknowns?
Yeah, there's a lot of unknowns there, and there's a group of new guys in those weights specifically that we're trying to find out who's going to step up and be the guy. But this weekend, Connor Cleveland was 4th at the Luther Open. Another young guy was in the silver division. Noah Padilla placed. Brady Kiner's another kid that's there. Who was in the silver division, got hurt, but there's some guys there at 25 battling out. 33, you got Brennan Doble and Brendan Baker, who both train. They want to be good. They want to be the best. And 41, you got this Brock Rathman, who transferred from Iowa. Tough kid, and he's another guy that he's new to our program, but has bought in. He loves Wartburg. He loves being here. He's every day comes in and works his butt off. So we got a lot of guys at these weights that want to be good. They're just they're unknown right now. And so it'll be fun to see how it shakes out and what these guys do each week, and we're kind of waiting to see that too. But I'm excited about our recruiting class we had was ranked number 2 by Wrestling USA for all non-Division I schools. So it was a really good recruiting class, and it's a lot of good young guys that have bought in. And that's what you want. You want guys that are new to your program to buy in and see the big picture of what's possible, and that's what they're doing. So we're excited about that new group.
Thank you for your time.
Thanks.